Welcome back to Wake Up Charlotte Weekend. Get a look at this beautiful sunrise over in Dallas. Absolutely gorgeous. And you see those sort of clouds right there. Well, it's a pretty foggy start to your morning.
Yeah, we're kind of matching the sunrise.
I know. Look at us. We always like to bring in the colors.
Yeah, trying. What I think is cool about Dallas is that when it's foggy like it is today, you can still see the sunrise because it's about 1,500 feet up. So you got sunrise above and everyone's like, what sunrise? I can't see it because your view may look like this. I don't really know why Monroe has this weird blue tint to it this morning, but you can kind of see how you barely can see the lights there in downtown. It's because of the fog. Union and Anson County actually seeing a lot of really that dense fog this morning. In fact, here's some of my highest numbers in terms of the low visibility. So Monroe, about a mile of visibility right now at the official sensor. But as you look at the oranges and reds, it's a little bit more dense than that. Lancaster County, especially in the central part of Lancaster County, we do have some dense fog for those folks too, as well as over toward Chester. The most dense fog there, about a quarter mile there for the city of Chester. Wadesboro, about a half. And really the only spot that I have north of Mecklenburg County that's being impacted right now officially on our maps this morning is over towards Statesville there and portions of southern Iredell County. Now the cloud cover of course today is going to be off and on, but the fog that'll linger until at least about 9:30 this morning. When we have foggy conditions, we typically see slightly clearer skies, which that's the case today. We also have to deal with a wet ground. What do you think we have after 3 days of rain? And of course, we see those lower winds, and then we pretty much have them all this morning. And areas of fog, of course, are going to continue, like I said, for a few hours before we eventually do clear out. This afternoon's forecast is a little bit tricky. We have high pressure building in kind of ahead of another storm system tomorrow. So at times, we will be mostly to partly sunny, but on average, you'll likely notice more clouds and sunshine. High temperatures will peak close to 80 degrees, so a warmer day, but not much higher than normal for this time of year. By about 6 o'clock, we're talking a mostly cloudy sky building back in, temps in the upper 70s. But overall, I think the forecast for today will probably be only slightly better than last night's, of course, if you were out and about on Friday evening. So at least both nights had the opportunity for the nights to not have to deal with any rain. Unfortunately, though, that's not going to be the case tomorrow. So as early as about 10-11 o'clock tonight, we could see a few showers building in across the region. So if you have plans to be out late, make sure you're keeping an eye on this. We have light to moderate rainfall most of the morning tomorrow, as most of it is going to be scattered, I would say between about that 11 p.m. time frame closer to 6 o'clock. It does eventually become more widespread, but it does look like the main time frame for not just rain, but some thunderstorm activity for the Charlotte Metro about 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. tomorrow. So here's 12 o'clock. Again, you see those pockets of heavy rain. Here's 2 before eventually that storm system starts to shift away. Unfortunately, because the Knights are expected to have first pitch tomorrow at 1 o'clock, it's not looking great. Of course, we will keep an eye on trends, and you can trust the WCMC Charlotte weather team. We'll keep you updated, but tomorrow's probably biggest impact here, again, it's going to be the storm system coming through, best time frame 10 to 2, and it is going to be the opportunity for some isolated hail over an inch, some gusty winds in excess of 60 miles per hour, and there is the possibility for a quick spin up tornado. So of course, Chris will be here keeping an eye on things for you tomorrow. So today, let's take a look at that Guy Roofing 7-day forecast. Showers late on Saturday. We do have that strong storm potential tomorrow, especially by the middle part of the day, and then the weather overall actually turns a little bit better as we head through the early part of next week. Monday, Tuesday, upper 60s, eventually the 70s return Wednesday and beyond.